Segue into the Hell Divers.
Hail
I
Daramouthe.
introduce you to the Chaos Divers.
Yeah, on the Rumble side, we got a visitor
You got Dara, the
who's
father.
laughing
Dara.
maniacally.
Oh, with a
And-
$5 dono from
All right, somebody read that because that's a
Dara.
lot of haws, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
lose track.
I've got it.
Golf clap, my dude. That was good. That was well
There we
done.
go. All right, now
Leo.
I'm gonna
I have to show
totally
you how
not
it's
just
done.
faint or anything.
All right, I'm gonna correct Zio here.
What's he correcting me with? I'm sorry, I don't have a demonic laugh. Nah. That was as close as I could make.
There.
Oh, but no. See, Helldivers 2 has a problem.
Thanks for
right?
the 5, Dara.
And no, yeah, they really have gone down. I thought they were holding around the 40,000 mark, but they knocked down to the 22 mark.
Yeah.
So
Dara and his acts of terrorism.
Dara and his accent.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve. Welcome to the stream.
Steve.
I will be right back. I've got to go take care of whatever's happening.
Okay. All right. Plague of Gripes says, in weird gaming news, Helldiver 2's remaining player base got so fed up with the state of the game's development and patch direction that they're allowing the bot faction to invade Super Earth. Honestly, the writing about Arrowhead's attitude was on the wall since month 1.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
they
I don't know a lot about Helldiver, so give us the down low, my dude.
so basically
Dara saying he's gonna rule all the chat.
Here's the devs' take on the development cycle. No fun allowed. If you found a glitch or exploit, it will get patched out immediately. But
I mean, isn't that kind of what you're supposed to do as a gamer? You're supposed to find ways to beat the system. You know, you're supposed to find creative ways that that allow you to beat it, not break it, but beat it. So that way you can win and you can use your own special things.
So here's the rub with that.
Ooh, Zio of the chair is back.
So
yeah, that's right. This is how you know I'm back. Squeaky chair.
They basically are like, oh, is this shotgun doing really well against the bugs? Nerf. Oh, is that heavy weaponry doing good against the robots? Nerf.
So here's the thing, though. The problem is people noticed a connection between releasing the what do they call it? Because they're not battle passes, right? They're a version of a battle pass that is always there. Right before they're about to release that, that's when they do their nerfs. And they nerf what would technically be called the meta at the time every time. Which, has led people to think this isn't by accident, it is purely by design, because we're using these, but you want us to pay for this battle pass that we can technically farm for in game and probably have farmed enough in game to pay for it. So we're technically not really buying it, which is one of the things that people loved Helldivers about. It's the fact that you're not pushed into, say, getting said battle pass. But let's see. $2 dono from
So
Dara.
Steven says that game really screwed itself with the forced account.
Yeah, that too. We've talked about that in length at this point.
Oh, yeah.
See, $3 dono from Dara for D-pad chat. Zio, I'm sorry, but you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
And you did the laugh and everything, but see, I have the graciousness and chat. What? Zio left. Well, all right.
Okay, so
I'm driving the bus.
Now, I guess.
Well, I mean,
actually, I'll be right back. I gotta make a phone call.
Wow. Yeah, so that's it's too bad though, because people were so excited about it and they had so much fun, and it literally just sounds like micromanaging happened in this game. That was meant for Chad to read, Mr. Lol.
Yeah, well, he didn't.
And Zio jumped right in. This show never goes how you mean it to, Dara.
Nope.
It goes how nobody means to. You have a
About
plan?
to close again. I actually haven't seen an update on this. This was earlier last month. I don't know what happened. Did they flip the switch or something?
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of sad because they put so much care into their basically their not meme game, but their game was really pretty impressive, where they would have these campaigns and they'd put out these things, alert, this is gonna happen, all hell divers, and everybody was like, yeah, let's do the thing. So they were clearly involved, but it's like somebody kept putting their thumb on the scale trying to quote unquote help, and it wound up hurting it. All right, Dara says, all right, off to spread the love elsewhere. Behave, you troublemakers. We won't behave. If we behave, then we're not troublemakers.
Exactly.
Dara, come on, man. But bye. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.
Yeah, so I mean, it kind of makes me sad because, like, clearly there was attention being paid to it, but it's like they tried too hard, and they mothered this thing to death. You know. Well, trying to be too egalitarian. I think
tried to balance too hard, and and I think Grimm said it best: when balancing takes priority over fun, you're doomed to fail.
Yeah, this is
I think it's
mothering.
I think it's still going on, but I don't know what happened. Like, it's practically like radio silence about this thing now. Everything is 3 weeks old.
Yeah, I think that well, if their player base has dropped off that much, who are they talking to? Is the juice worth the squeeze? It's just kind of embarrassing.
Well, they may have all left at this point, which is why it's like half of what I was expecting to see when I brought up the numbers.
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
Because even after everything dropped off and stuff, they dropped to about 38K regularly, right?
Yeah.
And that was after the PSN stuff and everything else. And, it was closer to 100K plus all the time, like 123, 133, something like that. Then the PSN thing happened. Then it nosedived to 40 something. And now it's half that.
I mean,
they may have all left at this point.
Well, Zio, I know what happened.
What?
Zio's already said it. Actually, he doesn't realize it. What was the population?
22.
And what did you expect?
Nothing.
I thought you said you expected double that.
Oh, yeah. I expected
what's double
to about 40 some.
40K.
Yeah. They moved to 40K.
Bingo.
Space Marines.
40K came out recently, and it is fun. It is not that twitchy, like knee-jerk motion and multiplayer.
Oh, God, you're right. Let's take a look at those numbers real quick.
Dang.
I didn't realize it was doing that much. And it doesn't have a whole lot there, I don't think. It was only like 7 missions and some multiplayer thing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we also have to bear in mind that there is the shiny object sort of thing. When something new comes out, everybody's like, oh, shiny new thing. And everybody rushes to play it. And then they get their fix. And once that itch is scratched, if it has longevity, you'll stay. If it doesn't, then you're just going to move on to something else. So I think that Helldivers is every new game is going to see a huge bump if the marketing was good enough and people were interested enough at the beginning. Everybody's going to jump on that bandwagon. And then, slowly they're going to peter out and find other interests. But yeah, hot thing is hot thing while it's hot. Getting beyond that 15 minutes of fame is actually the trick, though. That's how you get a game that lasts and you can turn that over into other projects or spinoffs.
See, I think Warhammer has legs, though, just off of the 40K fandom.
Well, I also think that's like in beta right now. So
yeah, it's beta. It's not I don't think
Not that it matters that
it's
much,
been
but
released
doing
yet.
those numbers in beta. What was that other game, real quick?
Oh, that
yeah,
one.
because I'm going to tell somebody to go or to suck it here in a second. Suck it. like seriously, just suck it right now.
Yeah, that game.
Oh, but it's in beta. That's why nobody's playing. Suck it.
Yeah.
Suck it. Like seriously.
Hades 2 is.
Fuck you. I was right.
Cool.
Fuck you. I was right. Like seriously.
Hades 2 had the Concord designs. That's what I looked at. That I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was very.
Or should I say Concord had Hades?
Yeah, a lot of the urinalists, especially of the feminist variety, were very, very excited about Hades too.
Here's the thing: Hades 1 has more players.
Yeah, currently.
Right now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Huh. But see, it's not the same genre as Warhammer, I would assume.
No, it's not. But
and so I think that that game studios need to bear this in mind. See, if they spent Warhammer money on a Hades kind of game, you're going to be disappointed, and your studio is going to get shut down. You have to know when you're niche. You have to know when you're small. You have to know when the people that are going to play it are basically like 20 people. They're dedicated people, but they're 20, and you have to plan your budget accordingly.
How old is Path of Exile, Chad?
10 years at least.
Okay. 10-year-old game.
Yeah. But it just never had the same.
But these are similar genres, so
yeah. Maybe it's just not as good a game. I don't know. I've never played Hades. I'm still mad at Path of Exile. I will not forgive them because they nerfed me too hard at the end. They're like, "You beat the game. Congratulations. Your character sucks now." It's like, oh.
You just have to.
I didn't even believe it till
I'm so angry. I passed it and I was like, "Wait, what?" And then I'm just dying everywhere I go, and I'm like, "I hate this game. This game sucks. I don't care anymore." I'm mad.
Well,
I'm actually mad.
That actually happens to everyone. The first character then has to you have to start a new character with what you learned from the first one.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that happened to me too.
Yeah, no, I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate like all of the stuff that I went through and did, and I was like, yay! And they kind of just steal all of that joy that you have from winning. No, I'm mad. I'm not. Screw that. No.
Fair enough. But
anyway,
2013 was October 2013 for Microsoft Windows, so PC.
Yeah. So
2017 for Xbox and 2019 for PlayStation.
It's in beta. Yeah, that's why people are playing the first one. I'm pretty sure Hades 2 is practically complete too, even though it's been in early access this whole time.
Yeah.
I haven't heard them not being done with it. Unlike,
I
say,
haven't seen a lot of
like Space Marines, we know isn't because it's only got like 7 missions and everybody's talked about it. Mm-hmm. Nobody really talked about Hades 2 not being incomplete. I'm pretty sure it's a complete game, just using early access as a
shield.
A shield to say, but it's technically not complete. But I don't play Hades, so I don't really know. Of course, I don't really play Space
I play those kind of games too, and it just never appealed to me.
And then when Baldur's Gate came out, they were like, by the way, it's early access. We're still not complete. And even though it was almost a complete game, it was still pretty good. So
yeah, Baldur's Gate was fun. I miss my Barbarian.
He's still there.
I know.
He can come back anytime. I mean, speaking of games, I mean, shit, it's still rocking players right now.
And that is a single. Well, it's multiplayer co-op, but like largely that's single player.
Yeah, it's largely a single player game.
Yeah, it's not PvP, right? It's only PvE. It's all campaign stuff.
It's all campaign PvE stuff.
Yeah.
But it has a multiplayer, and it's really, really good for a multiplayer game.
It is.
Meg, do you have Baldur's Gate 3?
I do not have Baldur's Gate 3.
Should we get Baldur's
I've
Gate
got to
3
say
for Meg?
that their ad campaign kind of made me not want to play Baldur's Gate 3.
It It wasn't
so much fun.
I'll tell you this, Meg. It's not as woke as people wanted it to be.
Well, see, the thing is, that was a choice. That was a marketing campaign that they decided to do, and I was like, wait, what? Because I see the aesthetic, and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty cool. Oh, look, it's fantasy. I love me some fantasy. Oh, it's not PvP. I love it when it's not PvP.
Meg,
and then they're like, also, you can have sex with a bear. I'm like, wait, what? What?
But see, that's the thing is, it wasn't necessarily the company that pushed that. It was more of like the people that want to
journalists
be into bestiality.
They chose to release that very, very specific cutscene, and I was like,
well, yeah, because it got people talking because it was rage bait.
Well, the thing is
it worked.
Well, the thing is, yes, it got people talking about it, but it just made me just not want to play it. So that's why I was never like, oh, let me look more into this game. I was like, you know what I saw? I cannot unsee, and I already kind of have nightmares, so I'm good. Thank you. Like I'm not gonna see something that goes, oh my gosh, that's kind of creepy and weird. Let me look more for it. I decided against that because I was like, I don't need more nightmares. I have enough of them.
Well, here's the thing. Again, that's a choice in the game. You don't have to fuck the bear.
Yes, and I did. I mean,
I know a lot of you women choose the bear, but you don't have to.
Well, that was a game where they could choose the bear.
Y'all.
Get really close to that
the man versus bear thing made me so sad and just annoyed with women more than I usually am, and I'm already pretty anti-woman.
It's all right because the men chose the tree.
Well, I mean, when women are saying bear, I'm like, I'd choose a tree. I don't understand. Like it's.
I'm going to choose the thing that's not going to murder me. Thank you.
Well. I'm sorry. Like, if they'd said like a man or a badger or something, okay, well maybe you have a chance against the badger. I'd be like, okay, well if I have a gun, maybe I'll go with the badger. I can eat it.
Not if it's a honey badger. I'm going to say that right now. Those things take on lions.
Oh well, then in that case, let's say something like I don't know, like a porcupine or something else, so another type of animal, but like one that you could shoot in the face. A bear, you have no. If the bear decides that you're lunch. You're going to die. Yeah. There is no way around it. You can't outrun it. You can't outswim it. You can't outclimb it. And you can shoot it, and it will still come for you because they've got these really thick skulls. You're going to freaking die in this scenario. Like a human being, I could shoot him. I'm fine.
There's plenty of stories of where bears have killed people. So
yes, and they will. And when they kill you, they will eat you while you're still alive, my dude. Because they're not humane. They don't care because they're bears. It's so irritating. It was just the dumbest thing. I was like, of all the animals, a bear, the worst one. That's the worst animal, honestly. Just ugh. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna stop with that. I gotta jet. With that, I gotta bounce, y'all. It's been amazing.
Real quick before you go.
Okay.
I think Borderlands. Baldur's Gate 3 would probably be one of your top games. I think it'd be one of your most favorite games if you played it.
It might be. I would wait until it's on sale. My husband plays D&D, and he was.
You would love it.
Yeah, he was. Well, he's just getting back into it, and he was getting really, really frustrated that he keeps forgetting all the rules. So, somebody suggested to him that he should play Baldur's Gate 3. And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, oh, he didn't see the ad campaign, so he's not going to be as against it. But yeah, I'll wait till it's on like extreme sale and might pick it up. We'll see.
Yeah.
What?
Do what?
No, don't buy it for me, guys. Do not do that. Absolutely do not. No. I don't want to give the company that money right now. I'm
Larian is a good studio, though.
Yeah, they are really good.
They're a really good studio, unlike other ones. So
that one flaw is not indicative of their.
That was a pretty big flaw. Like I said, I can't unsee it. Every time someone says Baldur's Gate 3, I only see that scene and I'm kind of creeped out. Like that, like it's the ick,
Okay, so we're gonna have to play Baldur's Gate 3, pick up Helson, and then force Helson onto the party with us just for
Okay. Also, I'll bring my barbarian.
Is Helson that the elf that's in the front, though? The one who
Helson's the bear.
Oh,
he's a druid. So
I just hate the elf. I just
Astarion? I love
yes.
Astarion. He's my
Meg, me and
favorite.
you are in the same thought process.
I saw like
Both of
I
you
was
hate
so
my
I was watching
Astarion,
another
and I love him. He's a vampire.
I was watching another streamer play through it, and he started talking, and I was like, that voice actor is fantastic, because I literally want to reach through the screen and punch his face right out.
He
I
is
hate
good.
this guy.
Here's the thing: all the voice acting is amazing in that.
Oh, he's the one who won the award for best voice acting too. So
he deserves it. He deserves it.
does.
He played a douche nozzle to the letter. I
He
mean,
did. It was great.
he's great at it. He does a fantastic job. I was like, wow, he made me hate him with like just saying 3 syllables. That's amazing. I hate him so much. I don't even know this character, but I hate him. So
Well, man, I know you got to get going.
I
We won't
do.
keep you any longer. So
Thanks
we will
for
see
having
you
me on,
next
guys.
time.
For sure.
All right.
And just like that,
Keep an eye on your Steam gift.
Do not. I repeat, do not. I do not consent. No, anyway. All right. Bye, guys.
All right. See ya.
So we're going to get her the collector's edition.
But anyway, so the Chaos Drivers, which was what we were originally talking about, decided to stop playing, essentially.
Yeah.
And everything got dangerously close to Super Earth. Like, dangerously close. And I want to know what happened, but nobody apparently is talking about it.
What happened was Warhammer came out and they moved on.
But yeah, I guess they may have all moved on, and then Joel probably came in and rectified things. But yeah, so
I mean, I'll give Joel credit. He's trying his hardest, but
oh yeah, I mean Joel's doing a fine job. It's just the decisions they're making, because when you start putting that pattern together that these nerfs always come through right before they start, when they're hyping up the next battle pass, and it's like, I know I want to get it, I'm going to get it, but at the same time you're making my other weapons useless, and I hate that. And they need it to come through, and they need to unnerf what they've nerfed, essentially, because there was no reason to nerf it. Like, they came through and they nerfed the breaker because the breaker was the go-to gun for a lot of people. It was, I guess, the meta at the time. And the incinerator breaker wasn't up to par, and then the spray and pray breaker was definitely not up to par with the regular breaker. So their thought process was to nerf the breaker, and it's not like they did a big thing to it. They dropped the clip size by like 2. That is a huge difference. Actually playing that game the way that game is set up and stuff, I didn't realize. I went into it after they nerfed it, and the nerf was like clip size reduced by 2. And I was like, oh, that's not really a nerf. There's nothing wrong with that. It is.
Yeah.
It really is. I didn't realize how badly that little tweak nerfed that gun so much.
Here's the problem with that, is that look at what you have to do to progress in the game. You have to play on harder difficulties to get certain resources to upgrade. But when everything keeps getting nerfed, it becomes unreasonably difficult. And for me to say that, I do not mind hard games. But when it gets to the part where it's so hard, it's no longer fun.
Yeah. And like, there were legitimate issues that needed to be fixed, though. Like the incinerator breaker, for one, was one of those. If you used the incinerator breaker and you weren't the host, you didn't get any of the fire damage that normally would come with it. That needed to be fixed. They fixed that. Cool. That's great. And, that's the kind of stuff that needs to be done. But the idea of them nerfing whatever technically has turned into the meta, because they've nerfed everything else, like this last one they did that I heard about before they went Chaos Divers, they nerfed the flamethrower of all things.
Why?
And what did they do? Like 3 battle passes prior? Buffed the flamethrower and all fire damage because it wasn't up to par. So then they went and they nerfed the flamethrower because it turned into people's more go-to thing because it was the only thing that got a buff for 3 passes.
Wasn't even a fan of it, to be honest, but
And I mean, it was fun. Don't get me wrong. I like the flamethrower. What I really like is the minigun, though. But the minigun is useless, once you start actually unlocking things, which really kind of ticked me off because nothing screamed Super Earth more than standing there with a chain gun going off and your Helldiver going, ha ha ha, for Super Earth and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's it. That's what I want to hear. And you just see lead going down the field there, penetrating through things. They need to buff that.
They need to buff damn near everything. That's the problem, but
I mean, once you got like the portable whatevers and the flamethrower and stuff, then the minigun was just useless.
And then they come out with the paper drag. I'm sorry, I mean the MEGG.
Yeah, they also nerfed that, by the way, because it needed a nerf.
Nobody used it because as soon as you got in, you got blown up.
Yeah, apparently they buffed it slightly, but then they came through and back and they nerfed it this last time too. And it was like nobody was really using it because it got hit from behind by a charger and it was gone.
I will say this: Helldivers is a prime example, probably one of the best examples in gaming of achieving defeat in the jaws of victory.
Yeah, I mean, they had everything they needed, and then they decided to prioritize balancing over fun. And then, because their nerfs seem to coincide with the new release of a new set of weapons,
people connected the dots. That
even if you didn't mean to do it that way, because I think that's what they were saying, like on Twitter X and stuff. They were like, that's not what we were trying to do, and all this other stuff. It's like, but that's what it looks like at this point.
Here's the thing: it doesn't matter the intention or the timing. What matters,
and timing matters.
Developers really need to get this drilled into their head. It should be part of their training, onboard training, when they join a company or a studio. Perception. It does not matter what you think, what you're trying to accomplish, or what the reasoning behind your decisions are. The only thing that matters is what the players are perceiving. If they're perceiving that you're ripping them off, it doesn't matter if you're not. You are, because they perceive it to be.
Yeah, and I want to play Helldivers too, but anyway.
I've moved on.
Yeah. I still would like to go back and play it. It was a lot of fun, but at the same time, everything I was using, I'm sure, has been nerfed to the point that I would have to find new weapons.
Well, not just that, but it got to the point where I wanted to get the harder to get resources to upgrade things, and I literally just couldn't because the moment I landed dead, like it wasn't fun.
Yeah, there needs to be a way to do it that doesn't require you to have a full team of 4, which of course is the other thing, is it was geared towards you needed a full team of 4 to pull it off. Yeah. And granted, I'm sure there are people who can do it.
They're not your
normal everyday player.